Hey there, it's Teresa here, and welcome to another episode of Conversations from My Couch. Hi, I'm Teresa Youngkin. I am a leadership coach and consultant, and you can find me here every Wednesday having a conversation from my couch. So, today I wanted to talk about listening with purpose. As many of you know, I keep up on innovations and technologies, and I try to help others to understand how they fit into their business and to their personal strategies. So I've been working on a new course to help students understand blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And as I've been getting the feedback on the curriculum, it struck me how much I had to retrain myself to listen with intent and purpose to teach a very complicated subject. Now, with all the modern technology out there that we have for communication right now, we would think that it would be so easy just to kind of convey whatever we wanted to. But you know what? um, Being able to communicate clear and in particular listening with purpose has become sort of a lost art. And that's a little bit, it's a little bit bad because, we know that listening effectively can bring you a lot of benefits. It strengthens personal relationships, professional relationships, and it really does, and it can give you a boost to your career. Let's get started. And some of the things that I thought about as I've been working through this new curriculum is really listening, diving in, and hearing what people are telling me. So these are some tips I'd like to give to you that you can use every day. Number one, give everybody your undivided attention, right? Like you need to avoid other activities during a conversation because when you do that, it shows the other person how important they are to you right at that moment. So when you're paying attention only to them, it doesn't just let them know that you care about them, but it really does help to uplift them. And you're also more fully able to understand whatever they're saying. And that leads to a prevention of miscommunications because we know how many times that a miscommunication results in bad outcomes, right? Whether it's a bad outcome that you're not both on the same page or having to do rework. So, a couple of tips here: stop whatever else you're doing, put away your phone, even in a remote world. People can tell if you're on your phone or not. And then turn off all your other distractions. That means shut down your email inbox and turn off those instant messaging apps. There's nothing more distracting than having messages pop up at the bottom of your screen when you're trying to be fully engaged. In the end, it's really about just staying present in the moment that you're with that person and really listen to what they're saying. Second thing, making eye contact. So, failure to keep eye contact can make it seem as though you're not paying attention to what somebody's saying to you in a conversation. So, one trick that you can do is to actually, if you want to maintain eye contact, is just focus on one person's eye at a time. Make sure that you look away every now and then just because of the fact that you don't want to look like you're staring at them. So just make sure that you look away every now and then, but also make sure that you don't get distracted when you look away, and you come back right to them. You start to focus in on them again, and that this is a cue to the other person that you're listening. It's one of those nonverbal cues that you give to other people to make them feel comfortable in what you're doing. Another thing, let's talk about giving people time, giving the room air to breathe. So when somebody else stops talking, you're going to summarize what they've said to you. And this is something that we've heard over and over and over again. Sometimes it's really hard to put into practice. So when you allow other people, when you give them that time to breathe, and when you repeat back to them, you help them. You give them an opportunity to clear up a misunderstanding, to clarify what they're trying to say, to course correct. Maybe you've made an assumption that they did not intend. So when you parrot back to them or repeat back to them what they say, give them 10 seconds, count to 10, and allow them to either agree with the summary that you've made, like the summary that you've given them, or maybe if there was a change that needs to be made, they'll make that change at that point. When you give people that time, when you parrot it back to them or say it back to them, I always say parrot. I don't know if that's like old school or not, but that's what I say. When you parrot it back to them and you give them time to respond back to you, only then will it be possible for you to then add your own perspective, your thoughts, the questions that you may have while you're still validating the other person and their contributions to the conversation, right? You're building trust. You're validating that other person because that's what we're really looking for. If you maybe don't understand what they've said to you, it's a new subject, it may be something that is foreign to you, ask questions. Don't try to read other people's minds. People know if you're a SME, if you're not a SME. Ask simplifying questions. Ask simplifying questions for clarification. Can you tell me more about, and then fill in the blank with what you were talking about, the subject matter? That is a great way to get any additional details that you may need. That ensures that nobody's making assumptions on either side and that you can avoid a misunderstanding. Um, the other thing, which is like that unintended benefit, is that it also lets the other person know that you were listening to them intently and you were trying to understand what their perspective is. Lastly, and this is like the biggest, probably the most important, do not interrupt. No matter how tempting it is, how excited you get, do not jump in with comments or solutions. Just let it go and let them finish saying what they need to say. When they stop speaking, give them 10 seconds, then it's your turn. So important when we're interacting with other people. Sometimes people are just looking for a way to vent their issues and get something off their chest. So let them finish it. Um, at the end of the day, maybe they're not really looking for a solution. They just need space to let themselves breathe. And sometimes people process that way. So you need to give them that opportunity to process. Uh, I found that a lot of people are super appreciative when you help them relieve their stress about the issue. And sometimes by saying nothing, other people will feel better. So don't remember. Don't be so quick to jump in and to interrupt what people are saying. And remember, others won't always be able to recall everything that you've said to them in a conversation, but they always will remember how you made them feel during that conversation. So you can uplift those around you by avoiding misunderstandings, and you can strengthen that relationship by practicing these easy listening techniques each and every day. You will find out that your partner, your friends, your boss, clients, that they're going to feel a little bit impressed just because of the fact that they were heard because you listened with purpose. And when you really listen, you can show up in a way that helps the other person feel valued and respected. And at the end of the day, that's all we're all looking for, value and respect. All right, guys, great to be back here on the couch again. And I will catch you guys next week where we will have another conversation from my couch about all things leadership. All right, we'll talk to you then and catch you on the flip side. Bye.